India-Canada relations are on the right path, thanks to both the governments. What are the main hurdles now you see? Because much more needed to be done.
Tariff barriers, sanitary phytosanitary issues, licensing issues, shipping issues. There is a host of other things. So we need to make sure that we are both working in such a way.
So, what is the reason Indian corporates they are not investing here in Canada?
Canada ecosystem is slightly slow, and so the Indians are coming in with critical minerals in oil and gas sector, in agri-foods, in prime ministers have met 3 times in the last few months, and so the relationship is there. But we need to work hard to build the trust that we lost because of what a former prime minister did.
High Commission of India in Canada, Mr. Dinesh Patnaik. Sir, first of all, we are here in the chamber. What you will say about ICCC?
No, it's a great organization. It's been here since 1977, has done a lot of good work. But now the times have changed. We need to go with the times. India and Canada are going to negotiate a comprehensive economic partnership agreement. So the chambers have a big role to play to be able to find out what their members need, what is there between both countries, what can we do better, what can be done to make the trade and other ecosystems much better.
Now, India-Canada relations are on the right path, thanks to both the governments. What are the main hurdles now you see? Because much more needed to be done. So, what is that much more needed?
No, because there's no hurdles, but essentially we have to smoothen the process. Trade can work better if there are less hurdles along the way. When you say hurdles, tariff barriers, sanitary phytosanitary issues, licensing issues, shipping issues. There is a host of other things. So we need to make sure that we are both working in such a way that the businesses from both sides find it easy to do business with each other.
So, what is the reason Indian corporates they are not investing here in Canada?
No, they're more than willing to invest. Like Canadians are investing in India. There's a large number of Indian companies which are keen to work with Canada. Canada ecosystem is slightly slow, and so the Indians are coming in with critical minerals in oil and gas sector, in agri-foods, in fertilizers, in many other fields. Indians would like to come and invest here. A large number of IT and other firms have already invested. You can see around Toronto, in Ontario. Now Calgary has become a new IT center. Many others are investing. Nova Scotia, there is in academics, in education, in many others. There's a lot of investing taking place which you have not seen.
Okay.
But it's still not enough to go to that extent, and we need to increase that. And that the whole reason for the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement is to create an ecosystem where our economic relationship really goes into the next level.
In one of your interview, you mentioned about the RCMP security to you, and this is Canada. And Canada was not like this before because our Prime Minister or our diplomats, they never used to have the security. Now you move around with the security. What has changed in Canada and how you see that?
No, nothing much has changed. Canada is still a peaceful, very good country. And unfortunately, some part of our own diaspora is creating a problem. And the Canadians have to be careful. They have not seen these kind of things before. And so they're taking precautions. Even though it is not necessary, they're taking precautions. And I thank them for that. RCMP has been outstanding in the work it is doing. I meet them every day and they're wonderful people. We have a security dialogue going on with Canada. So I'm hopeful that the situation will become better in the years to come. And future High Commissioners may not need protection as much as I do.
Okay, CGI Toronto has done a very good initiative about starting the one-stop center for the women. And many Indian nationals, the men's, they said we also need such a center because men's are also domestically violated and all those things.
No, let's not mix it up.
Okay.
Women have always suffered.
Okay.
And in India, women have always been at the suffering end. Men, if they're saying it, they're just being funny. It's not something we should take seriously. We have to be serious about treating women. Women need our protection as much as we can give them because we get cases every day of mistreatment by men, especially women who are dependent on their husbands. So if there are any men who are dependent on their wives and have a problem, they can also come to the same center.
Okay.
But I think we should not mix it up.
Okay.
We need to treat it with seriousness, the problem that women have. And this one-stop center has been there to help women who are being mistreated by their husbands and by their families.
Okay, EM Jaishankar, once they mentioned that many Indian nationals on the fake passport they enter Canada, and the criminal, because crime rate is very high, they are the criminals, and we are ready to accept. That is their statement. We are ready to accept if Canada cooperate and give them back. Extradition treaty between two countries.
No,
Is that
no, extradition is very different from removals.
Okay.
There are a lot of people who have violated their visa agreements, who have violated, have given wrong documents, and Canada wants to send them back to India. And we are willing to. We do not want illegal migration of any sort coming into Canada. We want legal migration to come. People to come to do jobs, to have a future, to build up their own lives, to build up communities here. That is the future for India that we see. And my Minister Jaishankar, was very clear in his mind. We will encourage legal migration and we will discourage illegal migration.
President Trump captured President Maduro? And is there any message to the Prime Minister Modi that don't buy Russian oil? Otherwise, these are the consequences. Any such kind of things going on?
That is for the US and India. I handle Canada. So
Okay.
if there are any Canadian questions, please ask me.
Okay,
on that.
it's your statement that if you give the weak laws to Indians, they will misuse it. This was your statement in one of the
No, what I
press
said is
conferences.
any loophole that you have, we are very good at exploiting loopholes. We Indians are most legally minded people in the
Yes.
world. So keep a law, keep a legal system
This is
which
for
is
Canada.
strong,
Yes.
which is strong for Canada. A legal system which is strong, which doesn't allow too many loopholes. For example, the asylum law you
Yes.
have
Yeah.
is a loophole.
International students, they applied for the
I
asylum.
mean, they were study here for 4 years, and when they don't get a visa to stay back or they don't get a PR, then they apply for asylum. I mean, so these are the loopholes which they have to plug if they want to not allow people to misuse their system.
Many Indo-Canadians, when they see the pictures of yours, Sanita Anand and Honorable Prime Minister Modi on the bullet targeted, and you also mentioned in one of your press conferences, that hurts the Indo-Canadians also. Did you took that issue with the Canadian
The
authorities?
Canadians know it very well. In fact, let me be very frank here. The Canadians know about the issue and they're very perceptive. They're working hard to diminish that. But you have to understand, the Canadians are rule-bound society. They have certain rules which they cannot flaunt, and especially the democracy and freedom of movement and freedom of association, freedom of expression rules. And I admire them for it. They allow it to happen. Because these people stay below the threshold of breaking the rules. And when you stay below the threshold, even though everybody knows how negative it is. So I'm hopeful that as we strengthen our relationship, this tiny community which is creating a problem will get sidelined soon.
Okay, final question. You mentioned that political parties here in Canada should not take advantage, and because relations, to maintain the relations, it takes years. To destroy, it takes very few days, and in one incident, relation can be derailed. And now we had the Prime Minister Trudeau, now we have Prime Minister Modi, Prime Minister Carney here. So how you see that transition from Prime Minister Trudeau to Prime Minister Carney? The days are gone, so are the positive days here?
No, it is for you to see. You are seeing it on a daily basis. The High Commissioners are back. Our relationship has become stronger. The foreign ministers have visited each other. Trade ministers are visiting. Prime ministers have met 3 times in the last few months. And so the relationship is there. But we need to work hard to build the trust that we lost because of what a former Prime Minister did. But that's something which we are working on.
Okay.
I give all credit to Prime Minister Carney for his vision, for his ability to look to the future, to see where Canada's interest lies, and for Prime Minister Modi to reciprocate it and to see that India's and Canada's future lie in working closely with each other.
And about the artificial intelligence conference on February in India, so Canadian delegation will be going there.
Yeah, I think the Minister Solomon will be representing. But these are important events for both countries to be associated with.
Thank you, sir. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.